Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the A to B podcast, your number one source for military entertainment, entrepreneurship. Make sure that you guys hit that bell button, like, follow, and share in order for you guys to get the most up-to-date information and everything that's going on in the A to B podcast. We are continuing our conversation with Tony. So you guys know him, social media sensation, makes some hilarious ass content on TikTok and Instagram. And now we want to transition a little bit, Tony. We've been talking about essentially your career. You guys can see somewhere up here his first part one of the interview. And we want to move on to talking a little bit more about what made you want to start doing content creation.
So back a little while ago, I've always been into content creation. Like everybody has that YouTube stage, where I was trying to like just be like a content creator and post like Call of Duty videos and stuff like that. But that was before high school. Oh, sorry, before the military. And then I joined, and then I've always had that, content creation in my back pocket. And then one day I just like saw another influencer make something. I was like, oh, let me just make a video. And then it like went kind of viral. I'm like, I already know like how to do the editing and stuff like that. I didn't really find myself that funny, but I feel like as like I progressed in the military, a lot of the situations that I put on my social media are things that I've seen.
Yeah, exactly.
And like in the moment, you can't really laugh because you're being blasted by a first target.
Yeah.
But then you look back on it, you're like
the one that you did with the skivvy shirt.
Unhand me. Dude, that was fucking
The one with the skivvy shirt, dog.
Unhand me. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. So like shit like that, it's real life Marine Corps. You see, well, not like actual hemming and grabbing people because we can't do that anymore. But just being hounded at for just like things you're like, damn, I'm really getting in trouble for this. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying in the podcast with Major Barnum when we were talking about this off camera. I like the fact that you bring. Even though I will say some of your content hits the gray line sometimes, like, oh man, this guy's gonna get in trouble, and I would hate to see that. But
have you been in trouble?
Not yet. So, not yet.
Okay. No one's called you in and went, hey.
For the most part, my last chain of command is where I really started to post, more consistently. But my chain of command, like my higher chain of command, I guess like the command deck didn't really know like that I posted on social media. So nothing. I guess I never did anything bad enough to be sent to them.
Have you ever had one of your higher ups come up to you and be like, man, your content's fucking funny?
In my chain of command, yes.
Okay.
And I see it a lot here on Camp Pendleton. A lot of Marines like
they know who you are
everywhere I go. I went when I first checked into the IPAC.
You're an IPACian.
Yes. I went to the second deck. And like I was talking to one of the Marines, like getting checked in, and then like I walk out, and then they're like, hey Sergeant, can you come back for a second? I was like, okay. And then they're like, are you the guy from? I was like, yeah, I'm the guy from Instagram and TikTok. He's like, can we get a picture? I was like, yeah, I get a picture real quick. So then 30 seconds go by, the whole second deck of IPAC is like, can we get pictures too? I'm like,
oh, damn.
It's like 20, 30 Marines like trying to get pictures.
That's awesome though.
And it's crazy.
You make an impact.
But did anybody get mad? Like did the Persos?
Yeah,
they like, okay. Persos will freaking, they'll be like, hey, 1400, I need that freaking diary.
The NCOIC, I think he came in, he was like, y'all can take pictures, but just keep it down. Y'all being loud. So
they were all, how did that make you feel though? Were you like, dang, what,
It's kind of it felt like it was a surreal moment. Because I've been in Kansas City this whole time, and I haven't really been on any major installations or
it's
around
a small base.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess seeing the impact and the influence that I legitimately have, like, is
that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Do people hit you up and say, hey, can you do a skit on this topic?
Sometimes people will give me, like, short ideas. When I say short ideas, it's like, hey, you should do this. I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna give me this idea, like I appreciate the idea, but y'all don't see what goes
the
into
creative mind.
My creativity and what would make it funny. What would make it stand out. What's the puns? How many puns do you want to do? How long do you want it to be? It's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about.
See, I look at Tony as like the Marine Corps mandatory fun day. but he adds it's an entire story. That's what Tony does a lot better.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think Tony's better than Mandatory Fun Day.
Yeah, because Mandatory Fun Day is like a conversation that's happening. He has like a story that happens.
He's like, Mandatory Fun is like, what? Why would we do that? And he's like, yeah, we should just, keep all the Marines here until 2000. And he's like, no, But yours is like a full on. You're setting a scene.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, dude. I saw a video. I've seen a lot of your videos, dude. All of them are freaking the unhand me video. That
one was funny, dog, because you're in like some locker room.
Unhand me right now.
Like, and you just come back with this quick answer. It's like, hey, Sergeant, where's your skivvy shirt? You're like, what's the answer? Yeah.
I try to play. I didn't hear him. Like, where's your fucking skivvy shirt at? I'm like, I don't. The order says I don't have to wear one.
And then it's like,
yeah, like, right, cut me off. And it's funny because like only one time did I have somebody else like actually like grab me. But majority of the time,
like a for real situation.
Oh no, not for real situation.
Okay,
for the video.
For the video, got it.
But every other time it's just me. Like I
just
roll like my.
But that makes it funnier though. For me that makes it funnier. But what I was saying is that. That's what I like because it's transparent. Now, we were talking with Major Barnum. Your content is funny because it's true. True to an extent that it's you can tell in between what's comic, and what's comedy, and what's actually true.
Well, let's unpack that particular issue, right? That happens all the time where you'll have leaders who either don't know the order or it's just what they think it should be.
Yeah.
Right? And then here comes a guy kind of maybe, testing it a little bit, whether it's a no skivvy shirt or whatever the issue, right? Or your hair, okay? Mm-hmm. And what's that leader do? They're WTFing you.
Yeah.
What the where the hell is your freaking? And you're like, excuse me, here's the order. And they're like, I don't get, they go off on you.
Shits about that order.
They do not care, and they will tell you right then and there. And then they hear guys like Gunny come up there or Sergeant Major, and we're up here like, all right, guys, everybody is a family. We love you guys. And listen here, if you love your haircuts, and you're sitting back there, high knee, sit, kneel, bend, whatever it is, Sergeant Major's talking to the CO, and you're laughing. You're like, this will not know. I just got my face blasted off by Staff Sergeant who just left recruiting, who freaking hates his life, and he's always hated his life.
I hate to say it, usually it's the drill instructors that are like,
damn it, Tony!
Hey, let's go. Hey,
just
put
saying.
The applause right there.
No,
put the applause right there. Okay, so the other video that I really found extremely funny was the cadence one. I think you did this one really it was the one with the cadence, and the one that's the I think it's a series that you do is like, bring me that Gunny.
Oh yeah. So
oh my god,
I would say with the cadence one, a lot of the stuff that I come up with, I sometimes I don't even know how I come up with it. Like I said, some of it is from experience, and then some of it is just like a question. So like, we're Marines, we call cadence whenever we go on runs. Yeah. Y'all never heard any like questionable cadence? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got one for you right now. So when I was in artillery, and that's the problem.
Here we go. He was ready. This fool, dog. I wasn't even ready. Here we go.
When I was in artillery, we used to take pride in being like the first one up for PT, right? Like if you're waking people up in the barracks, like, so we used to be there at like 4:45 in the morning just to be able to step off by like 5. So that way by like when reveille is supposed to be going on at like 5:30, we're already going through the barracks and people are seeing. So we used to have a cadence that used to be like, lollipop, lollipop, lick, lick, lick. If you ain't kilo battery, you can suck my dick. And then, so that was one.
Wow. And perform fellatio on me if you're not.
So that's that.
Basically,
that's one.
You dirty arty folk.
And then we used to go right into it into like get up over your rack. Get up and lick my sack. So we used to have like a bunch of them. But
did you ever have women in the formations?
No. This was in Artie back when women were still not allowed in artillery. As an 0811.
Got it.
So no, it was just all males, right? We would pass through the barracks though, and then usually they were getting ready for PT at 5:30, and we were ready to be PT, and they would be like, "Fuck y'all," So it was kind of like a funny thing that we used to do.
Yeah.
Try taking that shit down to 1st Supply Battalion or any of the MLGs. Dude, I did that one time with my Marines and PT.
Oh, you will get stopped?
Through the barracks. Oh, yeah. I got stopped.
Yeah.
Hey, come here. who's leading that formation? And I was like, oh, it's me. No. I was like, oh, it was me. He's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like singing that through the barracks? We're still sleeping, because it was it wasn't even like, they weren't even outside PT, and it was like somebody heard it, and then they lifted the barracks hatch, and then they stopped me. So I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Luckily, I think it was like a staff sergeant. I was a sergeant, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. He just chewed my ass and kept going. But yes, that shit, it does happen all the time.
Yeah, so that's kind of like where the idea, I guess, like generated. So like, thinking about just crazy cadences, I was like, let me. What if I just made a video? Like we're in a formation, we're running, and then like I had this Marine that's just saying like out of pocket shit, like 1, 2, 3, 4, Marine Corps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Used to wait at my screen door. Now I'm torturing children while I'm forward deployed. Like who would say some shit like that? That's kind of like fucking crazy. And you just said that with all these, like, you think that's motivating? I mean, some people were in the comments saying like,
there's a lot of motivated cadence from back in the day about killing kids.
Yes.
It's like, why is that should not be
that should not be a cadence.
Yeah, it should not be a cadence. So whenever I made the video, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just like make some cadence up real quick, and then just kind of like put a little spin on it.
Yeah, don't let your dingle dangle dingle in the dirt. Pick up your dingle dangle, put it in her skirt.
Like things like that. I feel like
napalm stick to kids. Like,
oh my gosh, I remember that one.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, like there's so much fucked up cadence.
You're bringing it back.
I know, it's so much fucked up cadence out there. Yeah. And but the other one that I really found it was funny is you're serious about where do you came up from with that?
The creator that initially made that, his name is Mike Cakes. And he would just like, he was like, his persona was the down bad man. And that's just like a man that's just, I really could say like, not really any man in today's day and age, but like every time he saw something like sexual, he would just be like sweating and be like, bring me that woman. And I'm like, I kind of took it and I made it just like
for
military, basically.
Gotcha.
So then I started doing that, and then a lot of people were like, "You're copying." I'm like, "Well, you don't know what like influences and spin-offs."
Yeah.
I understand. Like even I gave him his credits on every single time that I posted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in the content creation world, giving credit is a big thing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, at least.
Yeah. It's. I think it's always been like that. Now this last one that you posted with the Gunny, I want to go there because you posted
the OnlyFans Gunny.
I don't know if she's in OnlyFans.
Oh yes, she is.
Is she in OnlyFans?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow. You don't subscribe.
I have no idea, and I will not disclose any information at this time.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
I don't even know.
I wanted to get you there, but
I don't even know, dog.
Okay. So I don't. Okay. Now I do want to ask you though, on a sergeant major note, she's. You can tell she wouldn't be doing this shit if she was still in the Marine Corps.
You'd be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised because I've seen it. I've had my NCOs have OnlyFans.
Do y'all think she's still in the Marine Corps?
No, she's not.
She's definitely out. Like,
she's definitely out.
Confirmed, but like there's still Marines that.
There are a lot of Marines out there who do.
Hey,
OnlyFans.
so let's post a video, Jose. Let's post a video. Obviously not right now, but whenever, just post a clip as this is going on. We're talking about it. Post it from Tony's page so that way people can see. They can reference exactly the video that we're talking about and exactly the Gunny that we're talking. We'll give her credit too for her page since we're talking about her, but she's not in the Marine Corps anymore. But she still wears the uniform
all the time.
Where's the uniform? Was she a drill instructor?
She wears. So
she wears the campaign cover.
She wears her campaign cover all the time.
So can there be any type of backlash for that?
What she's currently doing now.
Because remember, if she got an honorable
as a veteran,
no.
The only thing that could possibly get her in hot water would be stolen valor. Okay, so because she is benefiting monetarily, we know that.
Yep.
Okay, so is she, and I don't have the freaking Stolen Valor Act pulled up, but it's like, one way would be if she's impersonating a rank that she never attained.
Oh, okay.
Let's say she throws on some sergeant major chevrons. Well, you were never a sergeant major. And now you're impersonating somebody that you were not, and you're gaining... you're getting monetary value from that, or there's medals for valor and things like that. So that'd be the only way, but that would be a pretty big stretch. And I don't think she's doing that because she always wears gunny chevrons and things that she actually did, which I hate.
Why do you hate it?
because I've dealt with so much misconduct from females, like, you know, just women being mistreated, sexually assaulted, sexually harassed. And it just, you're trying to make a quick buck and it doesn't help, you know? And it's like, that's a uniform that took all of us a lot. Dude, boot camp was hard for me. Okay, let me just put it that way. I gave it everything I had every single day. I wasn't all that, but at the same time, we all went through our own little struggle and everything else to earn the title and earn the uniform, and it means a lot to me.
When'd you go to boot camp?
1998.
Damn. You were what?
What month?
November.
Okay, I was like 5 months old.
Okay. So, you know, but it's a thank you. You know, but
thank you.
We all,
that was a good one.
That's why it pisses.
You got to put the boom, you know, the little pun. It was like boom.
And then I just feel, dude, I feel like people are just disingenuous about it. Well, what's it matter? When it's adult to adult, what's it matter? Let them get the bag. Let them be a bad bee and a boss lady. And it's like, would you be cool if your mom did it? Would you be cool if your daughter did it? Would it be cool if your sister did it? Eventually, you're going to hit a line where it's like, no. It's not okay. I don't like it, right? When it comes to the Marine Corps thing, I don't still like the uniform.
I wonder.
I don't like it.
So if she was not in the uniform at all, you wouldn't even would have batted
I
her
still
out.
I mean,
think-
because you wouldn't even have connected her with the Marine Corps. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it's just one of them things. It's like, I don't think anybody should do it, but if you're gonna do it, just, you know, I'm not crazy about the uniform. I had a lot of guys come at me about it too, that men, really, more men than women. Oh, who cares, dog? People could do what they want. What about your mom? They ain't got a good answer for that one. I'm sorry. Because you know damn well, you'd be like, take it down, mom. Take the link down, mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if she has children or whatever. I saw her page. Yeah, you can definitely. There's some females. Here's the thing, man. Like, there's some people that just, or some females. Let's talk specifically about girls that love that type of attention. There was another video that I did saying that they lived. This one of my videos went viral. At least for me, viral for you guys means something else. But for me, it had like a couple of thousand views, right? And what had happened was this girl was bragging about how her man was stopping doing personal things for him to buy her like expensive shit, like expensive vehicles and expensive bags and all that shit.
Like a sugar daddy?
No. Like a service member. No, they were married.
Oh.
You know, this was dependent. And then I went into her page because after I did the video just thinking it was, and then her page is just literally downgrading her man.
What?
Downgrading her man. It's like, oh yeah, I'll have him do all this stuff for me. And then I'm like, she does it for the attention, because if you read the comments, half of it, I would say a good portion of it is like, oh yeah, you know, like, you're a boss, blah blah whatever. And then the other one's like, why would you do that to him? Like, he doesn't make that much money, you know what I'm saying? Like why would you do it? He bought her like an Escalade or some shit like that. And then,
What rank is this Marine? Or service member?
He's a service. I think he was in the Air Force, man. I think he was like an E6 or E7. Oh, the video was like, it was like, hey, my mans, thank you to my mans. And then she was in an Escalade, and then he was in a fucking electric bike. And you know what the dumbass people were saying? You don't even know how much electric bikes cost.
I know they ain't more than Escalade.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's fucking, you probably can't afford the electric bike or the fucking Escalade. That's what I meant.
Escalators are probably expensive too, honestly.
Escalator will get you.
Yeah.
You're going to take out a loan for that one.
Oh, man.
How do you feel about, like, so we're on the topic of, you know, that, would y'all say like 50-50 for like relationships? Is that something that y'all agree or disagree?
What do you mean?
No.
Like, when I say 50-50, I mean like pulling your weight, like both bring it to the table, man and woman. You know?
Don't even get me started, man.
I think it's a good question that you bring up, and I think it's a very good way that you put it, because that's how the majority of the people assume it, that relationships is 50-50, because we're accustomed to hearing that 50 and 50 equals 100. But in relationship, it doesn't work like that. It has to be 100% and 100% in order for you to reach 100%.
I like that.
I agree.
Because if not, you're always, it's like a battery. If one is at 100 and the other one's at 50, the other one will never be at 100, because you're pulling from your energy to give to that person.
Yeah.
And it can't be like that.
And here's the thing too with the 100-100. I've been talking about this a lot lately, especially on TikTok, because it's like, you know, I had many comments just this morning like, well, I'm going to put in the effort that my man puts in. I'm going to match his energy. I'm going to match his vibe. I had this just the other day, and she was like, well, I just kind of ran a little test on my man. He wasn't giving the effort that I thought I deserved. So I pulled back and stopped texting him. I was like, don't play games. Stop playing games. If you know who you are, be who you are. I'm going to put in max effort because I'm a max effort giver. Yeah. I'm going to love you because I'm a lover. I'm going to put this in because I'm putting this in. When you try to match people, you become this energetic, emotional relationship chameleon, and you're trying to give somebody else power over what you give or don't give.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Because now it's like they're trying to like, basically, if you don't give me anything, I won't do anything for you. And
which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's conditional. Yeah. That's transactional.
Yeah.
Right? Would your girl like it if you did that with love? Hey babe, I'll love you if you hit all this stuff. You haven't hit all this stuff though. So, you know, no, you haven't. But once you do.
That happens a lot in the military just because we're trying to get that instant gratification whenever it comes to being in a relationship or somebody that we can talk to.
Yeah.
Because it sucks, man. Like, I get it, man. Like, it sucks you being in the barracks and you, after a hard days of work, you get to the barracks and then you sit in your rack and then you go like, damn, I have nobody to fucking share.
So I got asked this question the other day. What do you guys think about social media and relationships? What are social media don'ts?
In relationships?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Social media don'ts. I mean, I don't post anything about my relationship.
Yeah.
On social media at all.
Has it ever got you in an argument at home though? You know it has.
It has. Because it should be like, why haven't you posted me? I was like, well, you know that my page revolves around, you know, content and this and that. And it's not that I don't want to show you my, you know, appreciation, but also I have such a big audience watching me.
Sure.
If I post you and I have your
they're gonna try to come find you.
You know, I don't want anybody to be in jeopardy or in, you know, harm's way because I just decided to show my appreciation for you. I show my appreciation day in and day out. Behind the scenes.
But she feels like she's being kept a secret. Ladies, what do you guys think out there? What should he do?
You know what?
What about you?
This right here.
You're single
I got
again.
into an argument with one of your fucking videos. As a matter
Watch
of fact,
your mouth, Albert.
Because you always be
watch your
posting,
pinche mouth, huh?
You always be posting about that type of shit. And then
you don't get me in trouble either. I don't want to go.
Yeah, he always be posting about that stuff. And then there was a woman that actually came into the comment section, says like something about a ring. Like, oh yeah, well, I don't understand.
I saw that.
I don't understand why men don't wear their rings.
And you said,
and it was like, because
you said,
it
shut up and do what
matter.
I say.
It doesn't fucking matter. That's the reason why. It doesn't matter. A ring is a material piece of thing, and if you're basing your relationship on a material piece of thing, you are unhappy. And I'm sorry. That's what I told her. It's like, I'm sorry that you are.
Does it ever bother Valerie?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think. Well, actually, let me.
What do you guys think?
Sometimes she will bring it up because when it's like an extended period of time that I don't wear it. If it's like an extended period of time, and then sometimes I'll just be like, oh shit, you know what? Fucking let me put it on. Yeah. You know, but I don't base it, dude. I don't have a life. Like my life is podcast, real estate, family. Yeah, like that's it. Like, and then you see, like my son is here with me. He's one of my employees. Like, all three of this trifecta. You know, like they all involved each other. So it's not like I'm going out to party with my boys and then I'm not wearing the ring. Yeah. You know, that's different.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is Albert right? Is he wrong? Should you wear your wedding ring when you're married at all times, or is there maybe some times where you take the ring off? And is that okay? Would you guys be okay with that? Or would you slap Albert across the face? What are some other social media do's and don'ts in a relationship? I got a couple right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, message your partner before you go on social media. If you don't live with each other, right? Let's say you guys live with your partners, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that doesn't apply. You wake up, you go to bed together, you're like, good morning. You go brush your teeth. Right? That's not what I'm talking about.
I get what you're saying.
Don't go on social media.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Don't post on social media before you text your partner. Say good morning, right?
Good morning.
Okay.
All
right. Number two, don't send your partner a picture or a video and then post it. Right.
That's I don't agree with that. Like,
You.
So like you saying like I took a picture of myself.
That's right.
And I posted it, and then like I sent it to her afterwards. Is that what you're saying?
Or before, whatever, before or after.
I've seen like the arguments. With
I don't
that.
like that because it's not special now.
But if you saw it first, I think it's special.
No, it's for everybody. You just made it for
okay,
it was special
it depends
until
on what it is.
Yeah.
No, man.
No, it never depends.
That's what I
It
was
never
going with.
depends.
That's what I was going
I don't
with.
care if you just show me your new haircut. I don't even care like that. It ain't special no more.
So,
as soon as you hit post, it went from Jose's with me, right? Hell yeah. Jose nodding his head. Hell yeah. All right. Number 3, value your partner's input. If they're not comfortable with it, don't do it. Unfollow who you need to. Ignore everyone of the opposite sex or whatever you're attracted to, and keep it modest.
Ignore everyone of the opposite sex.
No,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
So the reason why I say it just really depends on the person, because I'm a content creator, so I'm gonna collab with other creators.
I'm talking about romantically here.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
I'm not. I don't mean somebody, a woman going, "Oh wow, you're so funny, Tony." I mean when she's like, "You're so funny,"
upset with,
and then
that.
hard eyes,
Okay.
and then flame, and then eggplant. I'm kidding.
No, okay,
Coming from the voice of experience.
I do understand.
From the voice of experience.
So I do agree with that. If you have somebody that is like, constantly, I guess, sending hints and being flirtatious towards you, and your significant other tells you like, hey, you should, if you're communicating with this person, I don't like it because she's being flirtatious, and you replying is kind of like allowing that behavior.
Yeah, true.
So if you don't cut it off, or you don't be like, hey, you can say I'm funny, but leave the eggplant and the hard eyes and everything.
Wow.
Leave that shit all in your emoji.
Okay, what about liking other people's like sexy pictures?
Yeah,
Is Valerie going to be cool with that?
No.
Will she cut you?
100% no. No, it wasn't. It's not. Yeah, definitely Valerie's not cool with that. She looks at that. We've had this conversation before, actually.
Albert,
she
you liking my pictures again?
She looks at that. She looks at that as a form of cheating as well.
Ooh, is that cheating, Tony?
Because
Tony is disagreeing with everything we're saying.
Because I'm a younger generation.
You're 25 though, damn it.
Yeah.
Cheating, I don't.
She said that is a form of cheating because you're looking at another woman what your woman could be giving you.
So maybe instead of saying cheating, could we say it's crossing a boundary? Like maybe it's a boundary that you set.
I like that.
But like now
I don't like it, but you're calling me a cheater. I think I like him.
I think it's cheating. I haven't done anything physically with this woman.
Your eyebrows are so high right now.
Not like I'm speaking from experience, but I'm just saying, like, I haven't done anything with this woman, and all I did was like a picture.
You double tapped it. It's not like you double tapped it in real life.
Exactly.
The problem is that you don't even need to like the picture. If you spend X amount of time just like looking at the picture, or if you go into that person's profile, now the algorithm will put other voluptuous women into your feed, and then it's like you're feeding that type of stuff, and it's true, like it happens, right?
It does.
So that's why, like with me, and that's what I was essentially what was going on. And I was like, you're right. Why would I feed my feed, my page, my Instagram page, my for you page, and all that stuff with all the stuff, when I shouldn't be doing that type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? That's the way that I look. That's the way that I looked at it. So what I did was like I started to put like I'm not interested in this type of content, not interested in this type of content, and then now it's good though, because if you guys see my stories on Instagram,
all you see is me working out.
They will. Besides seeing you working out, that is very true. That's all I see, by the way.
He's like, ooh.
All I see is like business pages that give me like put me in the right mindset.
Yeah,
and I really like that. You know what I'm.
So you're saying do not like those sexy pictures. That's wrong.
Or go into the profiles, because if not, even inadvertently, even though you might not be liking them, you're still feeding your brain with like all that.
Yeah. So what about you? Is it okay to like?
You would say your For You page is for you. You are responsible for your For You page.
100%.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
100%. Yes.
Okay, so are you saying it's cool to like those pictures? It's not a big deal. What is it?
I wouldn't. So I would agree. It's not okay to like be liking pictures like that, but calling it cheating is just like
you went too far.
Yeah, you're going
way too far. I didn't touch her.
Yeah,
I touched her picture.
That's it.
I touched your picture.
That's it.
You know,
I didn't double tap it in real life.
I'm gonna bring Valerie one of these days,
dude. Yes,
to have a conversation.
Valerie, we need you on the podcast. This is gonna be epic. I'm so ready. Okay, but she can't sit right here.
No, she'll throw a chancla at me or something.
You know what I'm saying?
Throw a chancla
okay.
At me. But let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this because I know you gotta take off. We want to be respectful of your time. You know, what are some of the projects? Where do you see your page going? What are some of the projects that you're currently involved or would like to be involved in?
So this year, what I really wanted to, I guess, focus on was, I guess, growing my audience a little bit more and trying to push like kind of outside of the military and grow an audience outside of the military. Because I mean, I'm not saying it's only like veterans, active duty service members, and reservists that like watch me, but that's majority.
It is.
That's majority of my audience, and I feel like I'm funny outside of that, as y'all can see from just the conversation that we had today.
Yeah,
it's my personality, and I don't want people to be like, oh, he's Marine Corps funny.
Yeah,
like, I'm funny.
Well, here's one thing I'll say. A lot of people think you're a dirtbag. They think you're a dirtbag, and I've never felt that way.
Yeah.
But having you on here has been eye-opening because he's he's got a family. He's very responsible. Yeah. He's very financially well off. I don't know any other sergeants that are out there doing, investing, owning property, doing all these things, man. So for those of you guys out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you not to judge a book by its cover because I judge every book by its cover, every movie by its trailer. If the trailer sucks, I ain't watching the movie. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. But let's go a couple layers deeper, and Tony's got some stuff going on that's awesome.
Yeah.
So collabing with other creators is one thing that I really wanted to also do. I'm not for sure if y'all know Pogue Actual, Master Sergeant Stanek.
We've been trying to get him. He's been dodging us.
We already met him. He came to one of our podcasts. It's a roundtable podcast. It's a collaboration podcast that we did with the SITREP podcast. Shout out to the SITREP podcast. And then he came here and we did like a roundtable. That's actually one of the things that we're trying to do. We're trying to get like a bunch of military influencers and do a roundtable podcast.
And there's a lot on Camp Pendleton.
Matter of fact, do you know Staff Sergeant Angius? Who? It's Angius. He's the Egyptian king.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know who he is. He is the guy that
does the cadence videos.
Does the cadence videos. So he's actually a very good friend of mine. Yeah. And he reached out to me. We have something probably by like summer. I'm not gonna give the details. We'll talk about it off camera.
Gotcha.
But we're trying to unite a bunch of people. Again, I cannot give many details, and we're trying to do something for all of our audiences combined across the United States. Something very big is happening. Angius is the one that's spearheading that, so more details to come.
Dude, shout out to him. You got to check out one of his most recent videos on social media. Dismisses his platoon of recruits on the parade deck.
And he goes to his mom?
Goes to his mom. Credits his family. He's a big family man. So, shout out to Egyptian.
King. It's Angius A. So you guys can follow him on social media as Angius A on Instagram. And then if you just type Angius, it's just Egyptian.
Egyptian, yes.
So he's Egyptian, but it's like a gym. So he's like a gym buff and all that stuff. So you can find him there.
And his brand is Skinny Kings, which is awesome.
Yeah. So going back to you though, brother. So you want to collaborate with more? We gotta definitely talk off camera then, because there's some things that we're trying to do to unite all of them. Because here's the thing, man. Like, whenever it comes to, here's how I feel, and you tell me if this is the same in your industry, because you're in like the kind of like the funny industry. I'm kind of like the real estate and podcasting industry. Whenever it comes to social media, it's like, bro, we can both share. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can both be funny without having to step on each other.
Yeah.
This same thing that happens to me, right? Like we can all benefit from educating service members without having to step on each other, without you having to talk shit, because you have no idea the amount of people that reach out to me and be like, yeah, man, like this guy was talking shit about you. And it's like, I don't even know who this person is. Yeah. This person just goes off by what he sees on social media. It's like, dude, you know what? But I'm not going to do him dirty like that. You know what? Because him speaking bad about me says more about him than what it says about me.
Yeah. That's
like it. I don't know him. I can't really say about him. I can't really speak about him. But just know that it speaks more about him. For what? For trying to get your business? Let me guess. Are you trying to buy a house? Oh yeah, we were talking about real estate. Well, fucking go figure it, huh?
Let me ask you this real quick. I know we're trying to wrap it up. What would you say about Marines on social media? Should they be on social media? Should there be changes to social media? What about the old heads like me, all the veterans who just complain and, oh, you shouldn't be making, TikToks in your uniform?
I just feel like it depends on the content that you put out there. So I know that, it kind of goes back to like rules and regulations. If what you're doing in your video is, going against rules and regulations, then I feel like you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. But I'm not saying I'm contradicting myself, because I do some things in my videos, but it's a gray area, but I feel like as long as you're have no harmful intent, I feel like it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
How does your generation view older people that are on social media, whether they're in the military or they're out like me and Albert? Are they like, oh my gosh, dude, leave it to the 25-year-olds, you guys? Like, what do they care about social media? Like, what's going
on? My generation?
Yeah.
I don't really hear much about, I guess other, veterans, or as long as I would say just, if you're doing good things, great things, like you got your fitness stuff going on, and I know that you're a fitness influencer, and you touch a lot on relationships as well, as of recently that I've been seeing, and I feel like that's really important, because not a lot of people put enough thought into, I guess being the best significant other, and having those hard conversations that make you
what
better.
Did Master Gunn sit right there on that couch and say? The most important decision you're ever going to make in your life is who you choose as a partner.
Yeah, who you pick as your partner.
And it's like, if you're in a good relationship or a bad one, it affects every single area of your life.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. But I would say that my generation, we got ignorance all throughout. So it just depends on who it comes from. Like, is it somebody even worth batting an eye for, or caring about their opinion?
Okay.
Or is it somebody that I guess, their opinion holds some type of weight because of, the reputation that they put out for themselves?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. But believe it or not, man, like, and this is to wrap up, because we keep bringing up good.
We're wrapping
good
it up for the seventh time.
Yeah. We're bringing up good subjects. But in reality, it's not even the 25-year-olds, man. I've seen more 25-year-olds, sergeants, corporals, and stuff being interested in becoming real estate investors and becoming financially well, that I've seen Gunnies, first sergeants, because of the different type of mentality that comes in there. And that the problem that I see that we have is that those uneducated, not all of them, I'm not calling all Gunnies and first sergeants uneducated, but the vast uneducated amount of Gunnies are too prideful in order for them to admit that they're uneducated on a certain subject, and then they just give them based on the information that they feel is the correct one. And when in reality, man, like, I have a client right now. He is he's an amazing guy. He is a Gunny. Very first thing that he told me in our conversation, brother, the reason I'm calling you is because I don't know shit about shit whenever it comes to real estate. And I want to talk to you about it because I know that you're going to guide me in the right direction. I'm like, cool, dude, he got pre-approved for like $1.5 million. Because he was under the impression that he can only utilize the VA home loan when he got out of the military, and he wanted to purchase a property while he was in the military, and he's doing 20, so he's been saving up since he's like a sergeant to buy a home.
What does it mean though when he gets pre-approved for $1.5 million? Does that mean he can buy a property worth that much?
For $1.5 million, yes.
So
wow.
For the knowledge that you gave him, did you charge him?
No.
Do you think that you would ever do that at some point?
No, I mean, no, not really.
Because I would say the knowledge that the time and effort that you put in to learn everything that you did and to get to where you are, I feel like that's worth something.
Yeah, but here's the way that I look at it, right? For me, you're right. Could I charge? Most likely, but I'm never going to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give. Because I'm not just trying to make a good living. Right now, I'm making a good living,
Yep.
But I'm not trying to make a good living, man. I'm trying to leave a legacy. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to reach levels that very few people have ever reached in our life. And I want to bring the message of being a guy with my military background. Because I'm going to tell you this, in real estate, whenever it comes to military backgrounds, there's very few people that are doing it. Like, there's a couple of people that have done it, but there's very few people. So in order for me to do that, I cannot expect to charge for this information and then get to my thing is the receipt. Your success is a receipt.
Yep.
So that's why, like, right now, I'm giving all this information out for free because I want to ensure that I have proof of concept to ensure that people see that it works.
Yeah.
And then once it actually works, then, you know, it will be a snowball effect of information because they'll trust me enough to do that. But Tony, I definitely want to thank you for coming on to the podcast, brother, and being honest and being transparent about all the information that you actually gave us, man. I think you're a very bright person. I definitely appreciate the fact that that you're staying in and that we're providing a different aspect of it from this active duty Marine, guys, that is going to stay in the military. He's going to continue doing great things. Okay. I hope that you feel that you can reach out to us at any point of time, because as a sergeant, life is great. As a staff NCO, it's like you're back to square one, okay? And I want you to be the staff NCO, man, that truly makes an impact in Since Marine, because I know that you, not only in your Marines, you can make an impact in Marine Corps wide. So, again, I want to thank you for being here, brother. Where can people reach out to you at?
At YRF Tony on all social media platforms. And I want to say one last thing. I'm not going to lie. Before I came in here, when I saw you, I was like, fuck. Cause I just
why me?
but it's not. But it wasn't a bad thing because like
were you like, damn, he's hot. He's a little heart puff. He's a little spicy pepper.
I still think about the rank a little bit, and I know that you did your time and you were a sergeant major. So I just think about like, fuck, you see my content. He's about to come here and be like, what the fuck are you doing? But you came here and you were the complete opposite. So I do appreciate it.
Of course, it's me, guys.
That's what happened because there's a persona about the sergeant major in you. That's what happens.
I love it though. Thank you.
That's what happens. So YRF Tony and all social media platforms.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Bull, where can they reach out to you at?
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram at Bull5277. Okay, you don't have to call me Sergeant Major. All right. TikTok at Bull52772. Go on YouTube, search the A to B podcast, subscribe, share, comment, like. We love it. We need it. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is for the people, by the people. All right. Click the link in my bio, schedule the call. The call is free and the change is going to last you a lifetime.
Hell yeah, guys. And you guys always know, make sure that you guys watch any of the videos that are popping up right now on your screen. Make sure that you guys watch them, share them, follow it, and like it. And you guys can find me in the link in this bio that you guys are going to see right here. And I'll see you guys next week. Let's go.
Welcome to the